Bryson Tiller made his big debut in 2015 with his hit record Don't. Ever since then, he set the vibe for the sound, TrapSoul. His production really captures the nostalgic vibe of old music while incorporating elements of the new sound of today's music. Bryson's production usually consists of ambient melodies with hard-hitting drums, with BPMs usually ranging from the low 90s to 120s to get that bounce of an old R&B track. So let's create that nostalgic vibe with the new bounce that Bryson gives his fans over and over again. Let's get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with one of my samples here from my R&B pack. This is called Take Care. So I'm gonna do a little preview of the sample and just kind of give you a vibe of how we're gonna attack that sound to get that Bryson Tiller type vibe. Cool. Now that we got our sample going, let's go ahead and start layering some drums on here. I like to do my samples like this. I know a lot of people do. They track them out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start with, I love starting on the hook. And I'm using 99 BPM. One, that's the sample BPM, but I'm also using it because I like the bounce that I can get with it. Just going to build on this a little bit. We'll set this out. Start with the hi-hats. Let's start doing some sound selection. I kind of build as I go. So what we're going to do is go into BWB kit. I love these kits. Everyone kind of knows what they are. So this should be really easy to follow along. We'll go in here. We'll go to 8. Let's try some different hats out. That sounds good. Let's do that. I'm going to run this right through. Right, and you know there's quicker ways to do that, but it's just a vibe. Right, so we got that going. Now we need a nice snare just to hit on that one. Let's stay in the same pack. Let's go to. I kind of like that. Let's do that. Just kind of hitting on that one. One thing we always want to do is, you know, what I've noticed with Bryson's production is simplicity, right? Sometimes he wants to go, you know, and be a little bit more crazy with it, but sometimes not. So sometimes we're just going to do some simple stuff, and this is where we're getting the simple vibe from. We're going to switch kits here. Now, the only reason, you know, just thinking out loud, only reason I'm switching through is because there's certain sounds that I know I like, right? So I love this kick, nice and punchy. So let's get to it, man. Let's go. Let's add up on there. Cool. So let's do this. And this is where I like to switch it up. So you'll see my process, what I'll do. So we'll go. Just to add a little, you know, a little variation. I want to kind of add in some like rolls just to add a little variation. So let's get in here. You got to just switch up the pattern sometimes. Right? So then now we're building, just kind of getting some little variation going on. Very simplistic drums, but I think I want to add an open hat. Let's go back into here. Let's go to open hats. Kind of like that. I also want to do this as well. I want to like add another hi-hat. So I think I may take one and just put it on the low end. So if we just copy this, take this same joint, maybe pan him a little bit, and it's just, and then kind of hit him on every other one, like. Actually, let's change this. I want us something a little bit more. There you go. That's better. And then what we'll do is so now we got that little bounce going. So this is really our hook portion. So what I like to do, I do this, I drag this, and then Control G will merge the pattern together. So now I kind of have like two patterns, but it's in one, and it's a little bit more uniform. I know a lot of people like to track this stuff out, but this is kind of how I do my stuff. And this is as simple as this gets for real. I honestly really wouldn't add too much more into here. You know what I mean? Like this to me is the vibe. When you have a perfect sample and you have a perfect a production going on, you don't have to do too much. Like this is space right here, right? So this is the whole hook. Essentially, this is the whole hook. Right, so now we got the whole hook going. So now we can kind of move on. So now I can start to bring in some of the other elements. So I do have a breakdown right after this. This is how I structure my samples. So right after this, I have the breakdown and the sample pre-made already, which is nice. So, but what we can do is kind of get a little bit more of a visualizer. Let's kind of look at what that entails. We'll switch right over and right into the pad. You want to switch it up every now and then. It doesn't have to be, it's not necessarily like trap where every 4 bars and you got to change. Bryson really utilizes this space just to build this vibe, right? And if you notice here, using nostalgic sounds like this, if you notice right here, you can hear that it's like a cassette tape playing again, right? So it's just little stuff like that. Textures are everything. And there you have it. Bryson Tiller sound, nostalgic, but new. Take old elements, add them to the new ones. That's that TrapSoul vibe. It's your boy Vision with Wave Monopoly. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and share for more.